Slumpbuster Reacts is brought to you by cavemancoffee.com. You use our promo code SLUMP, you get 15% off of their great cold brew coffees. Like this one right here. I got the mocha cold brew latte. I think it's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's got a nice MCT oil in there plus stevia sugar. So it's not that bad. 88 calories, and it will wake you up in the morning. And also, I highly recommend the Nitro Cold Brew. Just shake it up, and you're ready to go. Alright, buddy. I hope you enjoy my reaction. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Slumpbuster Reacts. Here is part 2 of how it was named. In part 1 of how it was named, we went over how the Houston Rockets got their name, the crazy history that the Washington Wizards have with their name, and this video is very interesting. In part 2, I can't wait to find out how the San Antonio Spurs got their name. Alright, everybody, hope you'll enjoy it. So we stopped at Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder began life as the Seattle Supersonics, becoming Seattle's first major league sports franchise in 1967. The name Supersonics refers to supersonic air travel. Boeing was founded in Seattle, and the name pays homage to the industry.
That's crazy. Huh.
In 2007, Seattle was sold to an Oklahoma City investor group, and in 2008, they relocated the team. The team was renamed to the Oklahoma City Thunder in reference to both the weather, especially during tornadoes, and in reference to an infantry division of the Army called the Thunderbirds. 16. San Antonio Spurs.
Heck yeah,
The
San Antonio
Spurs were founded
Spurs.
as a part of the ABA in 1967, and they were originally named the Dallas Chaparrals.
What?
Chaparrals. A chaparral is a shrubland found along California. So they're named after a climate? Wait, no, it gets worse. Unable to agree on a team name, they were named for the club room, the Chaparral Club, in a Sheraton Dallas hotel. They were named after a hotel
Oh
room.
my god,
For the
no.
1970 season, the team became the Texas Chaparrals, hoping to appeal to the whole region. This ultimately failed, and they returned to being the Dallas Chaparrals the following season.
Oh no.
In 1973, the team was sold to San Antonio Business Group and moved to San Antonio. The team was renamed the San Antonio Gunslingers, but before a game was ever played, they settled on a new name, the Spurs. Spurs were chosen because spurs are worn on cowboy boots and often seen in cowboy films. Anyway, it's a much better name in every way than Chaparrals.
Way better.
Number 7.
Okay, I'm glad they changed the name. That would be embarrassing finding out that your team is named after a hotel.
17, the Milwaukee Bucks. In 1968, the NBA awarded Milwaukee an NBA franchise. A contest was held for fans to pick the name. The winning team name was the Milwaukee Robins. But like many good Democratic votes, the judges completely overruled the vote in favor of the Bucks. This was chosen in honor of Wisconsin's official animal, the white-tailed deer. Number 18, the Phoenix Suns, also joining the NBA as a new franchise in 1968.
Let me guess, they named them the Suns because it's so hot in Phoenix.
The Phoenix Suns became the first major sports franchise in Arizona. The Arizona Republic, a local newspaper, held a contest to name the new franchise. Some of the big contenders were the Scorpions, Rattlers, Thunderbirds, but the name Suns won out. Aptly named because, you know, Phoenix is basically the surface of the sun. Love you, Phoenix.
Yeah,
Number 19,
it's hot.
the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers started as an expansion team in the NBA in 1970. Keeping with the new tradition, the Cavaliers chose the name by fan vote. Some other finalists included the Jays, the Foresters, the Towers, the Presidents, but the name Cavaliers won, hoping to connote a group of daring and fearless men. The name wouldn't really fit though until they drafted LeBron, so let's just be real. Number 20, Portland Trail Blazers. Portland had attempted to bring an NBA franchise to the city since the 50s. They finally got their wish when they got their team in 1970. Again, their name was selected by a contest. The name Pioneers was the most popular, but it was already the nickname of the local Lewis and Clark College. I mean, no wonder it was so popular. So they settled on Trailblazers, which held much of the same meaning, throwing back to pioneers and the Lewis and Clark expedition and to Oregon Trail and dying of dysentery, the best. Number 21, the Los Angeles Clippers. Basketball has a bit of a history of trying to have a team in Buffalo, and it's just not working out. That's where this story starts. The last of the three 1970 expansion teams began life as the Buffalo Braves. After nearly a decade of poor performance, difficult arena deals, and a failed attempt at selling the team, the owner did something unthinkable. He swapped ownership with the Celtics owner. Yes, they just straight up swapped teams. This is unthinkable, but I guess 30 to 40 years ago it didn't matter as much. I don't know. This new owner for Buffalo lived in California and wanted to move his franchise closer. He knew he would never be able to do that with the Celtics because Boston would probably riot and burn the city.
Yeah.
So in 1978, the relocation was finalized, giving San Diego an NBA team again after losing the Rockets in 1971. A contest was held to decide the new name, and Clippers was chosen, naming the team after the sailing ships often seen in San Diego's bay. In 1982, the team was sold to Donald Sterling, famous for his racist remarks on the TMZ tape. And in 1984, Sterling decided to move the team from San Diego to LA. Like literally, he didn't ask anybody. He just decided, I'm moving the team from San Diego to LA. Unsurprisingly, the NBA was not very happy and fined Sterling an astronomical $250 million.
What?
Luckily for old racist Donald, he ended up paying a measly $6 million. What's $6 million to a couple of chums like us?
Dang.
Number 22, the Utah Jazz. In 1974, the NBA expanded again, this time to New Orleans. The name was maybe the easiest to choose and probably on the Mount Rushmore of team names. The New Orleans.
Okay, so this is like super interesting. Like finding out that none of the teams worked out in Buffalo. That quite a bit of these teams started there. It's so crazy.
Jazz. It's beautiful. I mean, seriously, how great is that name? Jazz was chosen because New Orleans is literally world famous for jazz music.
Yeah, New Orleans has a lot of jazz artists that started there. That makes sense.
This magnificent name was not long for the world. Despite decent attendance over its first 5 seasons, financial troubles prompted the team to move. Salt Lake City was chosen in part because of the city's success supporting an ABA franchise years earlier. The team decided to keep its name because there literally was not enough time to change it after receiving approval to move the team. They just were stuck with it. They just kept a name about world famous music in a very specific location and applied it to a location that has no connection whatsoever to jazz music. And that's how you go from the best named team to the worst named team. Awful. Number 23, Dallas Mavericks. In the late 1970s, an ownership group was working on bringing a team to Dallas. Their attempts included trying to purchase the Milwaukee Bucks and the Kansas City Kings. Both purchases fell through because the teams did not want to relocate. So instead, they lobbied for an expansion team. In 1980, the NBA owners voted allowing Dallas to have a team. The name was chosen by fans, and it was named after the TV show Maverick. No joke, look it up. Dallas Mavericks, named after a TV show. 24, Charlotte Hornets. As a part of another round of expansion.
I'd rather my team be named after a TV show than a hotel room. Just saying.
Charlotte was selected for an NBA team in 1988. The original team name was the Charlotte Spirit because nothing says team spirit like literally naming your team the Spirit. However, and much to their credit, they held a contest to choose a different name and eventually settled on the Hornets. The team went on pause as the ownership reached an agreement to move to New Orleans in 2002. After a 2-year hiatus, the NBA awarded franchise rights for a team to remain in Charlotte. In 2003, the team name of Charlotte Bobcats was announced for this new franchise. So while the team remained in Charlotte, it was technically now a new franchise and had another expansion draft. They began playing again in 2004. In 2010, Michael Jordan, yes, that Michael Jordan, became the majority owner of the Bobcats. In 2014, the team announced that they were going to rename the team back to the Hornets and change the color to match the original team's color. Really came full circle. 25, Miami Heat. Another team a part of the 1980s expansion, the Miami Heat began to play in the NBA in 1988. The name was selected by submissions from fans, beating out names like Sharks and Barracudas and Beaches. The Miami Beaches sounds like a tourism advertisement.
Yeah, it does.
But anyone who has been to Miami in the summer knows that the name at least fits. It's hot. 26, Minnesota.
Yeah, Miami, Florida in general in the summer is very hot and very humid. Like, you just feel wet all the time because you're constantly sweating, and it's 98% humid in the summer.
So do Timberwolves. Continuing the late 80s expansion, the Timberwolves brought the NBA back to Minneapolis in 1989. This was the first time the city had a team since the Lakers fled for warmer weather in 1960. Keeping the tradition of, let's just let the fans decide alive, the team held a naming contest and they had two finalists, the Timberwolves and the Polars. The name was then voted on by city councils, and the name Timberwolves won. 27, Orlando Magic. Rounding out the expansion of the late 80s was Orlando. While selected for an NBA franchise in 1987, the team wouldn't start playing until 1989. The Orlando Sentinel, a local paper, held a contest to name the franchise, and Magic was the winning name. The name alludes to the magic of Orlando's many amusement parks. Unlike the Miami Beaches, the Magic totally went for the tourism angle.
Yeah, they did.
Toronto Raptors. In the 90s, the NBA decided to expand into Canada. The 28th franchise was awarded to Toronto. Toronto had previously had a BAA team back in the 40s named the Toronto Huskies, and originally the team appeared set to revive the name for their NBA franchise. However, it appeared that it was going to be difficult to differentiate between the Huskies logo and the Timberwolves logo, so they turned to the tried and true method of letting the people decide. The winner was the Raptors. This was likely due to the still popular 1993 film Jurassic Park. 29, Memphis Grizzlies. The other expansion team into Canada was the Vancouver Grizzlies, established in 1995. The team was originally named the Mounties after the Royal Mounted Canadian Police. However, both the Mounties, as in the actual police force, and the fans did not like the name. So the team turned to the fans, and the name Grizzlies won. In 2001, the team moved from Vancouver to Memphis. The team briefly considered renaming themselves, but in the end, they decided to keep the Grizzlies. Number 30, the New Orleans Pelicans. When the owner of the Charlotte Hornets was allowed to move to New Orleans, the New Orleans Hornets were born. Because their ideal name was still taken, looking at you, Salt Lake City, they decided to keep the name the Hornets. Because of Hurricane Katrina in 2005, the team temporarily relocated to Oklahoma City. This temporarily changed their name to the New Orleans Oklahoma City Hornets. After a new owner purchased the team in 2012, they looked for a more regionally appropriate name. Again, because their best option was still taken, they settled on the Pelicans, which was announced in 2013. The pelican is the state bird of Louisiana. You know, the safe go-to for sports franchise names. And if you think a pelican may not seem like a very intimidating name, try eating an ice cream while walking on the beach. And that's it. A history of how every team in the NBA ended up where they are with the nickname that they have. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, force them to watch this unnecessarily long video, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right, so that was pretty good. We got this off of Justin Learns Things. Check out his channel. It seems like he has a lot of history, sports history type videos. That was very interesting. You can even check out how every MLB team got its name. All right, buddy. I hope y'all enjoyed my reaction. This was very interesting. I really like this video. So please check out Justin Learns Things. And also, if you like our content, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Please tell us what videos you want me to react to. If there's anything funny, anything interesting, anything historical, send it my way, and I'll get to you. I'll get to it. So, like and subscribe. Follow the Slumpbuster on the various social media platforms, and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. All right, buddy. Stay safe, and have a good one.